Another key component when producing a cinematic experience is the sound and music that accompanies it.
There are many films that helped us come to grips with how to use music effectively, but perhaps one of the most influential ones was a scene from The Grudge.
The music effectively builds tension using tones placed in minor keys. We similarly edited together minor tones from the copyright-free CD we purchased to create tense atmosphere.
And just like The Grudge, when the scare arrived in our trailer, we amplify the volume of a harsh minor key tone. This accompanies the scary visual imagery to achieve the best possible scare effect. But what also made this instance a moment of fright was the editing style. Editing is key to any film, and bad editing can change a person's perception of the film and the entire experience. You can get several different types of editing, so getting the right type was key to make a trailer a success.
By looking at other horror films and trailers, we could identify conventional editing styles. We noted that a lot of teaser trailers showed an abridged scene, sometimes from the film itself and sometimes not from the film at all.
Using this information, we decided to edit the scene from the film itself together for our teaser trailer, like the Lord of the Rings teaser trailer.
We also looked at horror films and how they were shot. An opening scene of The Grudge shows a Japanese teenage girl going into an attic after hearing a noise. As she's looking around the attic, a creature jumps on her.
You only see the creature for a split second, which allows for a fright. You don't see it long enough to identify its features properly, leaving a lot of the scare to the viewer's imagination. We chose to do the same with our trailer by only showing our creature for a split second. This helped to add more fright and keep the target audience guessing as to what was going on.
As you can see from this clip, the shot of the demon face is only 1 second long. You don't see much of the boy or creature because the editing coincides with the sound, adding to the shock value.
As well as producing a teaser trailer, we had to create a magazine front cover with our film featured on the front. We chose to call our magazine Motion.
Magazines possess a number of conventions that you can see across a wide range of magazine brands. For us to identify what conventions we could use for our magazine's front cover, we each analysed a magazine front cover.
We analysed the articles promoted on the front cover, what type of pictures they used, and the font style they adopted. After comparing the magazine front covers, we knew what we needed to do for our front cover.
One of the components which was crucial for our front cover was the image. Film magazine front covers tend not to feature still from the film, but rather a picture taken for the magazine.
Took a picture for our cover, which was in keeping with the film we established with our teaser trailer.
As you can see, we took a picture of the father and the son looking into the camera. However, the son has a sinister look. This helped to link the magazine front cover to the teaser trailer. This is the same as other front covers we looked at, where there was a constant between trailers or the film itself and the image on the front cover, whether it be the background or the clothes that they are wearing.
Another key part of the magazine front cover is what we include in terms of text on the cover, and we extensively studied several different magazine front covers and saw that they all kept relatively the same style, including text down the sides and bottom of the image. Some of it relating to the feature, also regulars, previews and reviews.
We then decided to look at current films in production, or films that had just been released, which feature on our cover. We also looked at what kind of features they did, for example exclusive on-set access. We liked this idea and used pictures we had already taken of us filming to include on the cover, along with the text stating that this was an on-set look at the new film.
The other ancillary task that we did was a movie poster, which plays on a slightly separate aspect of the film's plot to that shown in the teaser trailer and magazine, which can be fairly typical for some productions as they release bits and pieces that hint more and more towards the hidden premise that the features in the film. However, the conflict between the boy and the father is still evident throughout the imagery.
The main conventions of a teaser film poster that we conformed to was the basic information given by the text. For example, summer 2011. Film posters that come out as early as the teaser trailer tend to give the audience a vague date to look forward to, and the tagline to the film would come in due course along with the approach to release.
However, when concerning the text, the credits at the bottom do not strictly adhere to the conventions of most preview posters. We decided to use this text to help compose the entire image and make it appear more like a genuine film poster. As a result, we decided to also include the production company logos on either side of the text to strengthen the overall look of the poster authenticity.
These logos, however, remain discreet and reserved, whilst the main focus relies on the film title, being obviously the largest piece of text on the page. This is very typical of any film poster, as it needs to be bold, eye-catching, and effectual as a typeface in order for the entire product to be remotely successful. In this respect, a good deal of the product relies heavily on the appearance of the main titles.
The colours and tones used in our poster also adhere to the conventions of a typical horror film poster, as they're dark with low-key lighting and desaturated hues. This presents the typical bleak, melancholic scene, reflecting the distress of the characters in the film. The subjects are generally surrounded by darkness, much like most horror posters such as The Last House on the Left and The Amityville Horror.
Another aspect that parallels our poster to the poster of the Amityville Horror is the carved words that subtly appear on the page, working as a tagline that presents itself in the mise-en-scène. Generally, everything about the imagery used in the poster is menacing and dark, from the frightened son crouching in the corner to the silhouette of a man brandishing an axe looming into the shot. This use of disturbing imagery closely follows the expectations of a horror poster.
Overall, it is important to follow and develop conventions when making a media product. We took inspiration from other media texts and looked how we could develop them so our target audience could relate to the text easily.